Hey, this is Casey at Schafer's. I am driving the 2003 Buick Rendezvous, or I'm sorry, GMC Envoy. Just a couple things to point out right now. I'm cruising at about 45 miles an hour. As you can see, the ABS and the service engine soon light are both on. But like your oil pressure gauge, the battery voltage gauge, temperature, all that stuff is reading normal. I've put about 3 miles or so on it so far. The air conditioning seems to work. All the windows and sunroof, the power mirrors are working as well. So you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not. But yeah, I mean, as far as the way it stops and shifts, I mean, for all intents and purposes, this thing drives pretty darn straight right down the road. I mean, you know, not perfectly, but it's got pretty good rubber here on the tires. And, you know, I'm coming to a stop here. It's a really bumpy road, and it handled it really well. You know, I didn't feel like anything clunking around like crazy or anything. The exhaust, you know, you can tell, it says on the inspection there's a couple little holes, but it's nowhere near as loud as I thought it would be. It's actually fairly quiet. It's shifting pretty good. I wouldn't say it's, there's another thing on the inspection where it says the shifting might be off a little bit, but from what I can tell, it seems to be shifting just fine. You know, with keeping everything, like right now I'm driving straight down the road, no hands on the wheels, and you know, hands off the wheel, and it's going, I mean, just now it started to veer a little bit to the right, but like I said, for the most part, this thing drives straight. I mean, if I hit the gas pretty hard, it gets zooming, and yeah, and then, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the brakes, and I don't feel any pulsation in the brakes or anything. I mean, for $1,250 plus tax and stuff, I mean, I feel like this is a pretty good investment. I mean, yeah, you might have to fix something at some point, I'm sure, but it seems to be a pretty solid vehicle from what I can tell. So I wanted to shoot this video of me actually driving it, because, you know, if you read an inspection report, it you know, it makes it sound like the thing's gonna blow up tomorrow, and I guess technically that's possible, but just getting in it right now, I mean, I would feel comfortable from the way this drove the last like 4 or 5 miles. I'd feel comfortable, you know, driving it down to Detroit right now, if I had to. You know, again, I'm not a mechanic, and I can't make any guarantees for anything on the motor or transmission or anything, you know, but that goes for any used car, really, no matter what. So yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, you know, all things considered, 248,000 miles, and everything. It steers good, it rides down the road good. I don't feel like any vibrations or shakes. Might be a little bit of a fixer-upper, but like I said, all in all, I think this is a, you know, pretty solid vehicle. So it seems, I believe the air's working. I mean, it definitely feels like it's pumping cold air out. I mean, it's not that hot today, so it's hard to distinguish. Like if it were at 80 degrees, you would know pretty much instantly, but it does feel like cold air. So yeah, the AC's working, the heat, get turning the heat on here, and definitely pumping out some good heat. I'm gonna turn that off before I get too hot. The all-wheel 4-wheel drive system. Now it says it's in 4-wheel or all-wheel. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and test that out too while I got you on the phone here, but oh yeah, I can definitely feel the 4-wheel drive engaged. As you can see too, the light's on, and when you're on dry pavement like this, you can feel that 4-wheel drive kick in. So I'm gonna put it back to 2. You know, went back into 2 and feels great. So Yeah, I mean, ultimately, obviously, it's your decision, but I think we've got a, you know, for $1,250, I think we got a winner here. So interior is pretty clean. Like I said, the sunroof works. Pretty comfortable ride. And dollar for dollar, I think you could get some really good overall value out of this vehicle. So thanks for watching the video. If you have any other questions, please let me know. But thank you.